I'm pleased to join you in celebrating an incredible public servant, the Honorable Phyllis Beck, for her extraordinary life of public service to our Commonwealth and our justice system. As the first woman to serve on Pennsylvania's Superior Court, Judge Beck has blazed a trail and inspired so many others to follow her lead. During her time serving on Superior Court, she was appointed by one of my predecessors, Governor Bob Casey Sr., to chair the Pennsylvania Judicial Reform Commission. That commission took a hard look at how to restore faith and confidence in our judicial system and recommended the creation of Pennsylvanians for Modern Courts, where you all are doing critical work today to uphold integrity and fight for equal access to justice. Throughout Judge Beck's career, she's been an exemplary public servant, advocating for a more fair and just system for all Pennsylvanians. She's upheld the law with integrity while maintaining and advocating for the highest level of ethical conduct on the bench. And for decades, she's given back, teaching the next generation the importance of those core values. We are grateful for leaders like Judge Beck, people guided at their core by a passion for justice, equity, and fairness. Judge Beck, thank you for a lifetime of service to the good people of Pennsylvania. And thank you to Pennsylvanians for Modern Courts for continuing Judge Beck's crucial work for 35 years to ensure justice and fairness in our courts and in our system. Have a great night.
I'm Lynn Marks, and I had the opportunity to work closely with Judge Beck for 26 years when she was on the board of PMC and I was the executive director. I think of her as the mother of judicial reform in Pennsylvania. As chair of Governor Casey's Judicial Reform Commission in the late 1980s, Judge Beck developed the blueprint for judicial reform in Pennsylvania. And the component parts of that were judicial discipline, judicial selection, adequate funding for the courts, and quality court administration. It was no wonder that the commission will forever be known as the Beck Commission. PMC used the Beck Commission findings basically as a roadmap for much of its work and has added to it since, and PMC continues to thrive. When Judge Beck and I traveled both internationally and nationally, she would say that the commission provided the blueprint for reform and that PMC was the engine. But Judge Beck's contributions were not just in the past. She continues as a steadfast voice for a court system that is as fair and independent as possible. She has made an immeasurable mark on the public interest community here, public interest law community, and access to justice issues. Through her visionary work as chair of the Independence Foundation, I was glad to see that the foundation is a sponsor for this event. And how could I not mention that she and I have taught for years a class called Hot Topics in Justice and Law. When Judge Beck talks, people listen. When she writes, people are inspired. When she fundraises, she gets. When she's asked for guidance, she is spot on. She is a role model and mentor for countless people, especially women lawyers, by just being herself. She is a proponent of that phrase, the perfect is the enemy of the good. And she is invaluable behind the scenes, and she is glowing when she's up front. Judge Spaeth would be delighted that Judge Beck is receiving this award. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Part of the reason that I stayed as long as I did at PMC was the opportunity to talk to Judge Beck and Judge Spaeth almost daily for 26 years. I call them Judge Spaeth and Judge Beck, but to me and to many people here, they were Phyllis and Ned. And with Bob Hine, there's a trifecta for justice. So Pennsylvania's judicial system couldn't ask for better advocates. And PMC is what it is in large part because of Phyllis Beck. Happy 35th anniversary, PMC.
I am President Judge Emeritus Susan Pikus Gantman, retired from the Superior Court. Hello. It is my honor to toast my friend and colleague, Judge Phyllis Beck. Phyllis Beck is an extraordinary jurist and an extraordinary individual. In 1981, she was appointed to the Superior Court by Governor Thornburgh. It was thrilling at the time. She was the first woman appointed to the Superior Court. In 1983, she was elected to a 10-year term. It was interesting because at that time in 1981, Sandra Day O'Connor had just been appointed to the Supreme Court, and the Superior Court in Pennsylvania followed right behind. Judge Beck's intellect, compassion, practicality, and judgment helped the court to grow from the original 7 jurists to 15 judges. She set the tone for the court and assisted in guiding the court for the next 20 years. In 1983, Governor Casey appointed her to a commission to examine reform in the judicial system. That committee implemented substantial change in our courts and is responsible for so much of what we see today. But most importantly, Judge Beck's intellect guided numerous lawyers, both men and women, and she became a symbol of an authentic individual who spread justice and wisdom during her term on the court and thereafter. It is my honor to call her my friend, and I wish her all the best. Phyllis, we salute you today and every day.